What is up, everybody? Welcome to Sixers Postgame Live. Today we're breaking down and talking top takeaways, Sixers versus Nets. Joining me, he is the Mitchkowski, at Mitchkowski. Go check out Hardcore Sports if you haven't already. What's going on, Mitch?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It was a fun, exciting game until the horrific thing with Jared McCain. Prayers up to Jared McCain. I'm sure we're going to be talking about his play at least. But Gerson Yabusele, man, it's so fun to watch. So fun.
Yeah, that's my take too, man. That's the title of this show. Prayers up for Jared McCain. This was a positive show. I was ready to just like this team is so much fun. The depth on the wings, the youth. There's a lot of reasons to be excited. Yeah, the Nets stink. Yeah, we didn't see Ben Simmons. By the way, happy Ben Simmons Day to all that are celebrating. But that Jared McCain injury just kind of dampened the mood, man. I'm kind of like fucked up from it just a little bit. But here we are. We're going to talk top takeaways. We're going to watch the top plays from the game and react to that as well, and then kind of go player by player and give you our offensive and defensive takeaways as well as player of the game. We've got Brian in the house. What's up, Pump Man? Saying Nets always injure us. Got Daniel in the house. Let's get into this thing. Let's talk best plays. Wait, we have another comment. Brian said Nets are a dirty team from Cam Johnson to Claxton. That wasn't a dirty play. I don't know. That was just a basketball play.
That was just an accident.
Yeah, that was just a basketball play, and man, it just looked bad. It just looked bad. I hope he's okay. We'll get into it in just a little bit. Let's go into the top plays of the game here in this one. Leading with Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond was a beast, man. Real quick, there's Kelly Oubre. Oubre was just in his bag in this one, especially from the jump. The confidence, the swagger was on full display with Kelly Oubre. Gotta love that. I love Kelly Oubre, man. Another more ball movement. By the way, this was one of my favorite plays of the game. Look how active Kelly Oubre and KJ Martin are on this transition. They literally are both in the air going for the alley-oop. There it is. That's nuts, man. And that's why I'm so excited. And we're going to talk about both of these guys because obviously both had a great game. But the Sixers have a great roster, and nobody wants to talk about it. We've got Brian saying, I got smoked for the Nets. They're messing with my rookie. I'm pissed off, man. I'm not going to lie. My excitement kind of got dampened just a little bit. Did Kelly get taller? He looks 6'8", 6'9". I like to hear that he was working on his handle this summer. That was a really good interview with Taryn Hatcher during the game. More best plays from the game. There's KJ Martin. I'm gonna have a whole rant on KJ Martin. Lob City. That's what this first half was all about. See to KJ Martin there, cutting back door. That is his bread and butter. Here's a fun play that we can get into. Caleb Martin coming off the bench, back-to-back games. Mitch, what are your thoughts on Caleb Martin back-to-back games coming off the bench?
I love it. Like, I've been saying this for the last 2 days. Caleb Martin off the bench is so creative because of all the impact he brings, the glue guy, to help the second unit out. I love it. He can shoot the three. He can guard the best player on the second unit. I love it. Caleb Martin off the bench. That means Yabusele should get the start, in my opinion. So,
yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Yabusele at the four. I think he's going to be just a perfect fit with Joel Embiid. The shot is so slow, but it goes in. Who the hell cares? For me, Caleb Martin is a much better scorer than I thought he was. He's flashed just a little bit. And the fact that maybe on the second unit, he could get more opportunities with the ball in his hands and be a scorer. It's an interesting thought. It's not a thought I was ready to have, but I mean, look at this play. I mean, here comes Caleb Martin with the handle, drives through contact, reverse layup. That was an awesome play. I love Caleb Martin. During the last post-game show, I pretty much said it. Like he's going to – I think I said he's going to be a top 10 Sixers favorite of mine of all time. That's how high I am on Caleb Martin. Brian says Caleb has handles. He can drive and kick. His basketball IQ, his intangibles is off the charts. He's basically everything we wanted out of PJ Tucker, but younger, on a 4-year deal, and way better.
Most importantly, he's a playoff riser. This guy shows up in the playoffs, and that's exactly what we need, especially against the Boston Celtics. So that's great from him.
More top plays from the game. Jared McCain here hits, I think, his only 3-pointer in the first half. Nice catch and shoot look there. No hesitation. He's looked so good this preseason. More Kelly Oubre pulling up from the top of the key. No hesitation. Love to see that. Andre Drummond being Andre Drummond. Look, he looks so slim. He looks so athletic. I don't even know what else to say about Andre Drummond at this point. Mitch, like he's going to play a lot this year. I think they already announced that Joel Embiid is questionable for the regular season opener, but I'm not even that concerned because I am so high on Andre Drummond just doing what he does. And I feel like it's an anomaly with some players. Like as players get older, they kind of get slower. They kind of lose their defensive prowess. They kind of get worse as they get older. But like Andre Drummond, I don't have that sense. I don't have that vibe. Like I feel like he's only knowing his role even more, and it's only making him a more effective basketball player.
Yeah, I love it, especially because this guy's a rebounder, one of the best rebounders in the game of all time, whatever you want to go. And that step over was insane.
Step over. Look at him. I love it, man. By the way, like this is, what's up, Eagles? Like this is also a Sixers team that hasn't really had an identity in a while.
No.
And you look at Drummond, you look at Yabu, you look at Kyle Lowry, like there's a lot of roast beef on this Sixers team. I'm just saying to body some people. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Marshawn says Yabu's built like the center of a church team. That's kind of what I was referring to. That's hilarious. How much paid time off does Embiid have? Dude, that is a hot topic right there. If it was up for me, I don't even give a shit how much Embiid plays, especially to start the season. I really don't care until January, and then we'll ramp it up from there. Just keep that guy healthy for the postseason. What are your thoughts on Embiid's load management?
I'm fine with it. Just keep him healthy until the playoffs, but he's not going to play back-to-back games, which is huge. I love that. It's a savior for the Sixers team. It just comes down to the contract. Are they really going to allow him to do that? They're going to have to anyway, so it is what it is. But, yeah, I actually just looked up. He's being evaluated for, like, a concussion.
Jared?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
It looked bad. When he started to, like, cough up, oh, my God, I was, like, heartbroken, man. That was hard to watch, and it's kind of dampened this post game. Kyle Lowry built like he knows his way around Home Depot. Embiid has 8 weeks of PTO plus floating holidays. Oh man, it is what it is. Like I really truly only expect Embiid to play like 40, 45 games this year. It's just what it is. That's basically what Kawhi did. Kyle Lowry built like the grill master at the family barbecue. Oh my God, these are so good. Marshawn's commenting has been on point lately.
Yeah.
Jeez. I hit the wrong button. We already saw that. Let's go forward. We already saw that. Let's go forward. We already saw that. Let's go forward. Oh, this is the end of first half.
Yeah.
The belly dunk. When's the last time you saw a Sixers wing do that?
Not Tobias Harris, so let me just throw that out there. Not Tobias. But he almost ended Wilson's career. Did you see that? He
No.
almost ended that guy's Wilson's career. Oh my God. He almost got a body tonight.
By the way, this was like a low key like audition for Dorian
Yeah.
Finney-Smith. Did you think about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, because I keep on saying KJ Martin and another couple and a player and a couple picks for Dorian Finney-Smith. I've been saying that for a while now.
Yeah. Here, this was the end of the first half. Yabusele with the steal and dunk, man. Dude, that guy's awesome. I am excited. I feel like he's been honestly playing out of position as the 5. I'm really excited to see what he looks like as a 4 for me. Brian says Lowry built like a plumber. How do you like the half court offense? I feel like we haven't seen a lot of the half court offense. My biggest takeaway was just more of the transition game for the Sixers with everyone from KJ Martin especially, and we'll get into KJ in just a little bit. I want to save that for when we get through these highlights. But for me, it's been more so Tyrese Maxey's passing in the open court and just having guys like Kelly Oubre and Caleb Martin and Ricky and all these guys just flying down the court. It's been awesome. Still mentioning Toby. We will always be mentioning Toby. Yandu is a French beast.
Yeah, it's him. Apparently, everyone from France is good next to Embiid. Look at him in Batum.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like, what are they feeding him over there? My God.
And I'll give Yabusele credit. Like, I really didn't expect more than like a 3-and-D guy at best, but he's got feel, man. He definitely knows how to make an extra pass. The ball movement in segments of this game was terrific. And that's why I feel like a lot of fans aren't watching these games because they don't really it's kind of like they're waiting to see how they look for the playoffs, but like there's some really good pieces on this team. There's another KJ Martin finish. Here is Justin Edwards going coast to coast, finishing through traffic. My guy, I am all in on Justin Edwards. The tools are there, man. As a Paul George clone, he's not going to fit Joel Embiid's prime, but as a guy to build and develop, it's all there. I really like Justin Edwards, and this was one of my favorite plays of the game. Adembona block leads to Jeff Doughton, brings the ball up, and then throws a no-look pass to Justin Edwards under the basket for the dunk. That was fantastic. So those are our top plays of the game. Any thoughts on that, Mitch, before we get into more like player shoutouts?
I felt like we were watching the Globetrotters a little bit, with all the alley-oops and stuff. That's what I felt like I was watching.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this thing. Leading off, I think, with we always kind of lead off with Tyrese Maxey, pretty much. He is kind of the guy here with Paul George and Joel Embiid out. Tyrese Maxey had 7 points in 16 minutes, 5 assists, 2 steals, 3 turnovers. At least to start the game, I felt like he was forcing way too many fadeaways, way too many tough shots. But by the end of the first half, I was really impressed with his passing and playmaking. I thought, that this is probably a guy that is going to be one of those players you just kind of live and die with the risks he's going to take on offense, whether that's an assist or a turnover, because I do think he's going to really step up his game. You saw the lobs. You saw kind of the playmaking chops tonight. I think it's absolutely in play that Tyrese Maxey averages around like 7 to 8 assists a game.
Yep, I was just about to say that. We're going to see a major leap out of his playmaking ability, especially with Paul George being on his side. You got Joel Embiid down low. You got shooters around the field. Oh my God, it's all field.
That's
You got.
true.
I don't know. It probably is. I gotta tweet it out now.
You did
But
not. You did not.
okay.
Come
Okay.
on. Come on,
I was
Tech.
gonna. I was gonna say.
That would
But
have been hilarious, though.
I would have tweeted that out like smoking. But look, he's got shooters around him now. He can kick it out and get his playmaking up. That's what I love about this. And if Yabusele can be consistent from three, that is the key here from Yabusele, his 3-point shooting. Look out. Maxi's going to have fun dissing the rock.
Yeah, let's get into Yabusele. Yabusele finished with 9 points, 6 boards, 3 steals in this one. He shot 1 of 2 from 3-point range. The dude runs the court so hard. He's got really good hands. He's aggressive filling lanes. He's strong through contact. You nailed it, Mitch. Like, you can tell, like, he seems to have really good feel. I think he's going to get a lot of great looks next to Tyrese Maxey. You saw the play where he nearly brings down the rim at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
I think he's just – I mean, it's so good. It feels so good to have, 6-man on this roster, like a Yabusele and an Andre Drummond, guys that I think are clear fits on this team. And I do think – and we haven't seen it yet, but I do think he's going to be a 4 on this team.
Yeah.
And the shooting, he's blown away all of my expectations so far, to the point where, like, I want to lock him in for more years. Yeah. I know they don't have his bird rights, so they can't really do that yet, but because of the money situation with the Sixers. But I think Yabusele is a guy that I would hate for them to move on from, because at the end of the day, like, they're probably going to have to move one of these rotation guys, whether it's Kelly Oubre or Caleb Martin or Yabusele, if they're going to add like a big-time player come trade deadline. But I thought Yabusele looks terrific.
Yeah. Now, would you start him in some games and have Caleb Martin come off the bench? Because I'm okay with that. I'm honestly okay with that.
It's a great question. Yes. Right now, I would start Eric Gordon.
At the 2, and then what? You'll put Oubre and Paul George at the 4?
Yes.
Okay.
Assuming Paul George is playing. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Just because I like his floor spacing.
Yes.
I think that's vital. I do like Yabusele's fit with Andre Drummond as well. And I like the Caleb Martin fit there as well. So right now, I would have him off the bench, but that's what the regular season is for. And I think with everything, we're going to see a lot of lineup combinations for the Sixers, and it's going to be really fun.
This is a good problem to have.
It is
a really good problem to have. I love it.
That's why these injuries are killing me, man, because the depth on this team is awesome. It's awesome. Yeah. There's so many fun storylines within this roster, and it's bar none the best roster around Embiid. I'm very confident about that. Brian says Reggie Jackson was doing too much. Eric Gordon's range is crazy. Eric Gordon had a really good game. All right, I want to throw a shout out to a guy that I was pretty much out on last year, and it's KJ Martin, who has been unbelievable this preseason. And I don't think it's even up for debate, Mitch, that he has literally won starting 4 on this team. His defense, he's active in the passing lanes. He's unbelievable, cutting back door to the rim. He has great chemistry with Tyrese Maxey with the lobs. Yeah, the shooting is not good, but I love his upside as a small ball player for this team. And when they signed him, I really didn't think anything more of it as a big contract to move later on, come January. But I have been blown up. This is probably the most improved player I've seen compared to last year. I don't know why, but I think KJ Martin is legit, man. He played 26 minutes tonight, 12 points. He was a plus 12, 6 boards, 2 assists, a steal. He was everywhere, man. And when I talk about like how impressed I was with the ball movement and the transition offense, KJ Martin's on the top of that list. I think KJ Martin and his defense is making serious noise to be a legit starter on this team.
Yep. I can agree with you on the defensive side of the ball because let's say when Jerry McCain's out there, he's not the best on defense, and you have Eric Gordon out there. You're going to need someone with the big body defense who's athletic, and that is KJ Martin. Am I a big fan of him? Not really, no. I feel like he's got to do a couple more things, but you're not wrong when it comes to like the depth of the forward position with KJ Martin. So I'm with you there.
And this comes from like the biggest Ricky Council fan there is. I love Ricky Council.
Yeah.
You got to give the nod to KJ Martin. He has won that position, and major shout out. Yeah, go ahead, Mitch. Sorry.
Yeah. You're good. Ricky Council, man. If he gets the call, he better answer it. That's all I can say about Ricky Council. That's it. Just gotta answer the call.
Ricky has been up and down this preseason. The defense has been hit or miss. He's shown some range with his 3-point shooting, which was nice. He missed a dunk tonight, which was weird. We never see him miss dunks ever. But I still am like a big believer in Ricky Council, like developing into some sort of like Danny Granger-esque type of player. But as of right now, I think KJ Martin has won that job as like primary backup 4 in that role. And I don't really care who starts. It never really matters who starts. But he deserves minutes over Ricky Council 100%.
And I do like KJ Martin at the 4 over Caleb Martin, actually, because Caleb is just a little bit smaller, but KJ is more athletic. He can hang with those guys. So I'll take KJ Martin at the 4 over Caleb Martin.
Talk about Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon in this game had a really strong game. He only played 7 minutes. That's crazy. But he had 8 points. He had 2 steals, a board, an assist, 2 steals, 2 of 2 from 3-point range. His willingness to shoot without hesitation, unlike Buddy Hield, is exactly what this team needs around Paul George and Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. Plus, the dude is built like a fire hydrant, man. Yeah. I love Eric Gordon. Again, another role player that this team is littered with. And I'm trying not to gush about this team. I'm trying to like own it a little bit. But like that's another guy that I think is a perfect fit for this roster.
Totally agreed with you there. Totally agreed.
And then we get to Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond being Andre Drummond, 7 points, 9 boards, a steal, a block. He did have 3 turnovers, shot 3 of 6 from the field. But man, like I feel like I already kind of touched on it, like the strength, the athleticism. I think he's at his best right now, knowing his role, playing his role. He doesn't really look for post touches. He just kind of lives and dies with his strength and his rebounding. And that's a good thing. That's not a negative. This is a guy that's playing with a lot of energy. He looks like a pure 5. And I am loving everything I see out of Andre Drummond to the point where like all my friends are panicking about Joel Embiid, not being ready for the regular season opener. I am not at all. I think Andre Drummond is the best 5 we've had since Andre Drummond.
Yep. I see what you did there. But for me, the one thing I'm nervous about with Andre, actually 2 things. His dribbling, that's the main thing. And 2, his free throws. I'm afraid that he will get picked on or hack a Drummond, I feel like. So if he can fix that a little bit, I'm okay with it. But totally. Whatever you said is perfect. Everything you said.
Yep. I absolutely agree. Tex says game one starters, Maxey, George, Drummond, Gordon. That's exactly where I'm going. Yep. I'm good with that.
So game 1 starters, I don't even think Paul George I don't even think he might even play. I don't think so.
It sounds like it's only a bone bruise and he could be fine.
He's got to be reevaluated. So got to wait and see. That doesn't mean it's automatic.
But I do like Eric Gordon in that starting lineup. That's kind of where my head's at.
So in that lineup right there, well, Paul George is. If Paul George is not playing, who's going to guard Giannis? You got to put Yabusele there.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's got to be.
Unless you put KJ Martin on him, maybe. But I'll go Yabusele in that.
Yeah, that's a great point. Anybody else you want to shout out?
Shout out to Jared McCain, man. He was just so fun to watch during this preseason. I loved him in Duke. I loved him in high school. Just his game and everything. He shows that he wants it. People have him as the sixth man now. People have him beating out Reggie Jackson and Kyle Lowry. I don't know about that, but he definitely improved his game during the summer league and preseason for sure. So shout out Jared McCain.
Jared McCain is testing. I've been wrong a lot about this offseason. Like, I was an anti-Zach Edey guy, and that guy is dominating. I am not like Jared McCain is the exact epitome of guys that I don't like in the draft. I don't like non-defensive guards.
Right.
I typically go for the 3-and-D wings. That's always where my head's at in today's NBA, at least. And he has shown me so much during the preseason so far with his willingness and fearlessness and physicality attacking the basket, that zero hesitation shooting from three, the confidence around the basket. I've been nothing but blown away by Jared McCain. And there's talent there. I'm excited to see how he grows under Eric Gordon. I think that's the perfect guy for him to grow under, at least this year. I was mad at the Sixers for putting the ball in Jeff Doughton's hand over Jared McCain, because I do want him to kind of grow into that like Fred VanVleet, like playmaker, secondary ball handler, pick and roll kind of dude. But man, I think his talent is there. I think his skill set is there. There's something special about this guy, and I just hope he's okay, because he's looked so good. Again, in this game, 22 minutes. He only shot 3 of 10 from the floor. Doesn't feel like 3 of 10 at all.
No, it does not. Yeah,
that doesn't fit the eye test. 3 of 6 from 3. He had 7 boards. For a 6'3" guard with short arms, he's a very good rebounder. He did have 5 turnovers, which I don't care. I was getting hate about that. That's part of the gig for a young 19-year-old. I don't care. He did have 5 turnovers, but he was a +8. Jared McCain has blown away my expectations specifically in terms of a prospect. I cover this shit like crazy. I've never doubted his talent. I honestly think he's better than I thought. And I think I kind of missed the boat on Jared McCain.
Yeah. Well, I love the pick.
You were definitely higher on Jared McCain than I was.
Oh my God, yeah, because I've been studying his game ever since he was a junior in high school. So I know this guy like inside and out.
I remember our draft shows. Like, I don't think I had him in my top 10, and you definitely did.
I had him, I forget where I had him. I know I had him in like top 3, 2, or something like that. We got to do that again for the draft show. That was fun. This draft class is insane.
Yeah,
I love the draft class.
I've already started my NBA draft coverage.
Yeah.
Not on video form, but I've already started note taking.
Yeah.
I mean, I think college basketball starts in like a couple weeks, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But I feel like Jared McCain's going to be a guy that we keep pushing the change back on trying to determine his upside, just like we do with Tyrese Maxey to this day. I feel like that's going to be Jared McCain the next few years. Toby plus B-Well Paul 12 point. Oh, come on, man. All right. Let's get into our player of the game. All right. Player of the game. When we start the regular season, I promise you I'm going to have a stock up, stock down type of graphic to play around with this. We'll probably do like a winner and loser of the game. That way we can keep track of these things. But Mitch, who is your player of the game?
I don't want to go with back-to-back, but I think I'm going to have to with Yabusele, man.
What?
I got to do it again, man. Yabusele's really, really impressing me with his athleticism, his shooting ability especially. It's just him being there. I mean, I love him, man. Yabusele's playing great.
Yeah, Yabusele is a really good choice. I mean, he's been really, really solid. Man, this is a hard one.
I know. I was thinking about picking Kelly Oubre, but then I'm like, you know what? Just go with Yabusele.
Kelly Oubre is a great choice. I love the confidence. I love the three-point shooting, the pull-ups. But at the end of the day, I got to go KJ Martin, and I think he deserves it. 12 points again, 5 of 8, efficient game yet again. He's not going to be a floor spacer, and I don't expect him to log a lot of minutes. But in terms of like my expectations versus what I've seen the last few games, I think KJ Martin is without it. I think he was my player of the game last time.
I forget who you had.
Was it?
I don't think it was KJ Martin. I really forget who you had.
Was it Caleb Martin? It might have been Caleb.
It was one of the Martins for sure.
Yeah, I love the Martin brothers. I love the Martin brothers.
Wait, are they actually related?
No.
Damn. It's like, wait, what? No.
But I honestly think like this is a guy that's significantly improved. And maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe he was always this good. He just didn't get an opportunity last year. But KJ Martin deserves a lot of credit. Some of the boards he was grabbing, man, that guy his head was above the rim. That's what I want. And the chemistry is there with Maxey. Give me KJ Martin for this one. So let's get into our top takeaways of the game on offense. Top takeaways from the Sixers on offense. Again, this was a very enjoyable game. It was a sloppy start from the offense, but man, even without Paul George or Embiid, kudos to Morey and Nick Nurse. I thought without those guys, they showed a lot of flow. They showed a lot of energy, and it was a well-balanced approach, a well-balanced effort from everyone. For me, I thought it was a great offensive game plan. Any thoughts on the offense tonight?
It just flowed. It's just like you were looking at this team last year, not as athletic. It did not flow at all. Everyone was stagnant. Everyone was staying in the corners and stuff. But everyone was just running, get to their spots, especially with the spacing from Eric Gordon in the beginning of the game. I love it. We got athletic wings, finally. We got athletic wings. So this is exactly how it should be done.
Yeah, it's a fun team, man. Let's just get into defensive takeaways. I still am a little concerned about the Sixers rebounding outside of Drummond. Like, Drummond looked terrific, obviously. But, like, when he's not in the game, I still think there's definitely reason to be concerned. I mean, come playoff time with Embiid and Drummond, it's not going to be an issue. But there's that. Outside of that, I mean, it was a hard game to really grade this defense because all the Nets did was shoot 3 after 3 after 3. What did the Nets shoot from 3 in this one? It was
I don't even know because all I remember was like a brick. And Cam Thomas was in there for a majority of the game. Did you notice that?
Who?
Like, wait, Cam Thomas.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is Cam Thomas still on the floor?
Yeah. The Nets shot 15 of 46 from 3-point range,
Yeah.
while the Sixers shot 14 of 40.
It's like the same amount pretty much, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the Sixers were doing at least on offense, were doing a really good job getting to the free throw line, at least in the first half. What were they in the first half? I'm trying to find my notes, but I feel like in the first half, like they had at least like 15 more free throw attempts than the Nets in the first half. They're doing a really good job getting downhill, drawing contact. Perimeter D was lacking at times. I agree. And to be honest, the Nets, they suck. This is not a good basketball team. But overall, I'm content.
Yeah. They're tanking for Cooper Flag. They're tanking for Cooper Flag and one of the Rucker guys, and Bailey and the other one.
Yeah. Are you a believer in Cooper Flag? I got to see it. I got to see it to believe it.
I mean, Jared McCain is. When he was on Paul George's podcast, he loved his game. Yeah, and I hate Duke. But I don't know. He's just athletic. He's fundamental. That's basically it for me. He's fundamental.
Yep. Yeah, I haven't seen him play yet. I'm excited. Duke has Cooper Flag in like another 7'2" center freshman.
They have like 5 freshmen or something like that. They have so many in this class.
Yeah, and then Rutgers has like 2 of the top 3 freshmen. I'm excited. I've already started to do some research on the NBA draft. Usually, I don't really do NBA draft coverage until like February or March, but I might be starting that early this year because I'm freed up a lot of time on the channel. So. All right, Mitch, let's wrap it up. Final thoughts, Sixers versus Nets. We only have one more preseason game before we get ready for the regular season. Plugs, time's yours.
Yeah, Orlando Magic on Friday. So that is going to be interesting to see with Banchero and all those guys. But yes, you can follow me on Twitter at Mitch Coxey, YouTube Mitch Coxey, and Hardcore Sports Network.
Oh, man. That guy is always doing shows. Make sure you go check him out at Mitch Coxey. Go check out Hardcore Sports. Like, what is there anything you don't cover on Hardcore Sports?
Well, for me, I only do what do I do there? Basketball and football mainly for me. But we got people who do wrestling. We got people who do hockey, baseball, you name it.
I'm actually in on the Flyers this year. I'm just waiting for a game that's not like 10 o'clock or later.
Yeah, me too. I scored 2 goals last time.
Way to go, Mitch.
I scored 2 goals. Better than my first one. But I'm intrigued for the Flyers. Really, I am. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, me too. I'm asleep before the start time. I'm old and
yeah, me too. I don't watch Flyers when it's at 10 o'clock. I can't.
Yeah, I can't stay up. And that's not just a Flyers thing. That's in general thing.
That's just me too. Yeah. That's me too.
All right, guys. We'll be back on Friday night breaking down Sixers versus Magic. Expect a ton of highlight reels and stuff coming tomorrow from tonight's game. Prayers up that Jared McCain's okay. Yesterday, we did a couple of shows over at Eagles Pinpoint Network. Eagles versus Giants preview, more college football week 8 preview. Go check out Fox Sports The Gambler. Jumped on there, breaking down Eagles versus Giants as well. And catch Mitch at the Sixers Pistons game. Absolutely. With your number 1 favorite player.
Need to find someone else now.
We will be live for Eagles versus Giants Sunday. Johnny and Shane will be joining us over at Eagles Pinpoint Network for postgame and halftime, as well as week 9 preview for college football on Sunday as well. Oh, man. That's basically it for now.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for commenting. One last time, at Mitch Coxey on X for my man Mitch. Go check out Hardcore Sports Network. I am Dives, Mr. Crockpot. Stay awesome, everyone.